Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
let those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time we'll be talking the first half. Well, first half's kind of weird when it's 7 issues, but the first half of Secret Origin, the first 3 issues, 3 chapters of Secret Origin, and of course other random nonsense.
Absolutely.
This is the place where yes. All right. So how do I make this seem not this plug natural? Oh yeah, we're going to talk to Ben Robb here soon on an episode of Capes and Lunatics. Yes, former Green Lantern writer and current Quantum Leap writer. So things we discuss on this show
pretty regularly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm kind of looking forward to that. It'll be an interesting chat. I'm curious to talk to him about, what happened on Green Lantern, because, we had been during his run, we had talked about it and said, this ended really weirdly.
I'm sure I'm sure I heard the same thing I hear from a few people who wrote in the industry back in the day. Yeah, they told me, 5 minutes after I was done, they told me I was done. So
yeah. Very weird. But, and then, of course, since he's writing on one of the shows that you and I both really like a lot, Quantum Leap, I'm sure we'll chat about that as well.
Including this week's episode, which I know you're not caught up yet, but if the previews from last week are any indication, it seems like we might be getting a lot more Ernie Hudson in this episode, so...
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Very
you might
cool.
be writing for the man himself. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I believe when I was on Ben Robb's social media, I saw him saying something about writing or was it him or it's him and another writer. I think it's like his writing partner who he writes with a lot. One of them was saying they wrote some like big dialogue or, some like big speech for Ernie Hudson. So. So what's
nice.
What's it like writing for a legend?
Well, and hey, there have been some leaked rumors. Speaking of, other media,
yes.
About lanterns, and I found it in Reddit. Okay. I really like the Green Lantern Reddit and the Green Lantern Corps Reddit. I try to check those almost every day because there's usually some cool stuff out there. But DC Intel, which is from a verified source, whatever that means. Ozark showrunner Chris Mundy, who is also a writer and producer for Criminal Minds, has been tapped as the Green Lantern TV show's showrunner. Now, this is a rumor,
okay, but
it's been quote unquote verified, whatever that means. And it says that there have been some slight changes have also been made. The plan now is for Hal to be older than John Stewart, with the latter likely in his 20s. So a younger John Stewart with a slightly older Hal Jordan. Previously, the idea was they'd be the same age. And then there's been a rumor that Channing Tatum could be in the running to play Hal.
Oh, boy.
The first Green Lantern we meet, however, will be Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner in the Superman Legacy. That's animated, I believe, right?
I don't think. No, that's live action, I believe. Yeah,
yeah, that's live action. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the first movie. That's going to be James Gunn's first official DC movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Superman Legacy. Yeah.
Right. So those are all quote unquote verified, whatever that means. There could be some truth to them. There could be no truth to them. But I mean, Ozark is got some critical acclaim. So having him on as a showrunner, that certainly spells I think good for the quality that we can expect, that we're hoping for.
I hope
right?
so. Yeah. I mean, if they don't go, this show's gone back to the drawing board at least once, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully.
Yep. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, because this show's gone back to the drawing board at least once. I know the Daredevil Born Again, they sent that back to the drawing board. They got like all new writers and stuff, so producers. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a weird time, kids.
Very weird time. But it's a great time for us because we're talking about Green Lantern's Secret Origin this week.
Why do you want to get into this already? I was going to say.
I was just bringing it all the way back around because I am a little excited about it.
I was going to say I should drag it out like a Guy Gardner week for him.
and there's no Guy Gardner in these issues actually. So there you go.
So I'm trying to think anything else going on. Well, you're not caught up on Quantum Leap.
No. I think the 5th episode will be this Wednesday.
I think it's something like that. Here, I will.
I've seen Stace and I've seen the first 2.
3 years.
3 years. 3 years. 3 years. It's a long time.
Yes, this Wednesday will be the 5th episode of season 2. Yes.
Okay, cool. So we can binge some then. That's awesome. That's very awesome.
So I need you to watch the 3 and 4 and then 5 by Friday when we talk to Ben Robb.
I'll see what I can do. This will be a good one. Yeah. Because not to spoil it, but yes, the episode this week he jumps into 1992 right into the middle of the LA riots. Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
I was alive in 92.
Me too.
just barely though.
I know he was.
Sorry,
he was still soiling a diaper, kids.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit older than that at 92.
Let me see. Had I started high school yet? No, I don't believe I had.
I was 20 in the summer of 92.
Oh! Oh! Let me see. No. I was 14.
Oh, okay.
I
see, it's funny. I always have to do the math because my birthday is December 30th. Okay.
Get your presents in now, kids.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know how many days I have in the year where my birthday is next year? One day.
Yeah.
My birthday is always this year. It's always this year.
Hey man, it could have been worse. I have an uncle whose birthday is December 24th, so you got screwed on presents.
Exactly. I had an aunt who's born on the 25th. My dad is the 19th. My sister's the 14th. Ooh. My grandmother was the 14th. It's a busy month for us.
Man, get screwed on presents. Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
1992. Yeah, I may have some memories from 92. I don't know. It's been a while ago.
That's something a Lothar was saying. The 90s were wild. These kids don't know. The 90s were wild.
Yeah.
It's like the Wild West.
And they don't seem like they were that long ago, unfortunately.
I know I saw somebody online saying that, someone mentioned 20 years ago, and they thought, oh, yeah, like the 80s or 90s. It's like, no, that was 2003.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this, too, because, when I started reading comics, it was in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And I would always look back, they would have those old Mile High ads, you could, from Mile High Comics, you could say, 1961 Fantastic Four, the 60s. So the 60s, in my mind, are cemented as 20 years ago, right? The 60s are almost 70 years ago now.
Well, that's what I always think. Like any comic printed after like the year 2000, it's like that newer stuff. But yeah, it's like 2003 was 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, get off my lawn. Sorry.
All right, so should we get to these issues?
Let's get to it.
He's like levitating out of that chair, kids.
That's right.
All right, so yes, Secret Origin Part 1. We'll cover the first 3 tonight here. These covers are great, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think are they by Daniel No, Ivan
Reyes, yeah. Yeah, because I know his first one saying Ivan Reyes and Dave McCaig. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Hardcover with the dust cover on it.
Nice. I have the floppies, but again, I read these on the app, so. All right. All right, so Secret Origin, Part 1. Is there? I think it's just Secret Origin Part 1. Yeah, okay. Writer Jeff John, May 2008. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Ivan Reyes, inker Claire Elbert, colorist Randy Mayer, letterer Rob Lee, and editors Adam Schlauman and Eddie Berganza. The story opens with Hal Jordan as a young boy watching his father, Martin, go down in flame. Despite his father's jet crashing, Hal can't get enough of watching planes fly, which puts him at odds with his mother and his older brother, Jack. Jim, his younger brother, is mild-mannered and cautious. On the eve of his 18th birthday, after a fight with his mother, Hal sneaks out and waits all night in front of the Air Force recruiting office to enlist. Jordan grows to be a courageous, if dangerous, pilot. He's constantly pushing the limits and brawling with those that get in his way, including future Green Lantern and Marine Corps member John Stewart. But when Hal's mother dies, Jack wrongly blames Hal for constantly making her worry. The issue closes with Abin Sur, Jordan's predecessor, confronting the 5 inversions about their Blackest Night prophecy. You think this Blackest Night thing's going to be important? I keep bringing this thing up.
Maybe, I don't know. It sounds like kind of a big deal.
Trust me, kid. It's going to be at least 3 months worth of importance. Oh, did you notice the little Easter egg when he goes to the recruiter? The address above the door?
No, I missed that.
It's 2814.
2814. Oh, nice.
A lot of foreshadowing above his head. Yes.
Nice. Very nice. That's a nice touch. I completely missed that. But I love the first page of this story. It's awesome.
Let me see. Just him charging the ring and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, he says, people always ask me what I'm afraid of, kind of with a wink. And he's like, so he tells them what they expect to hear. I'm not afraid of anything. It's just an interesting way to, it's part of his character that he's just, unafraid. But, he says, they think I was born without fear. They're wrong. And then we, cut to his father.
He should have been like, no one is completely unafraid. If you are, if someone
just ask Oprah.
Oh, oh no!
We don't speak of that, Phil. We don't speak of that.
You brought it up. I didn't. I was going to say no. I was waiting for him to say no. If anyone was completely without fear, they would be a psychopath.
Batman, my favorite character.
Sorry, I thought you were going the thing we don't talk about.
No. What's the first rule of Action Comics Weekly?
We don't talk about it. But yeah, I think it starts out strong and it just keeps getting better, because 4 pages into it, we've already met Carol, a young Carol met a young Hal, and then his father chooses to bring it down to make sure nobody gets hurt but him. Right. Yeah,
and like I think we've talked about before, like this first scene, that's Jeff Johns building off what we actually got all the way back in Emerald Dawn.
Green Lantern number. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the parallel. Well, we'll get to it in the next issue, but Hal's dad taking a plane down and staying with it so that nobody else would get hurt is exactly what Abin Sur does.
Oh yeah,
parallels that exact. Which I thought was a really nice touch, but we'll get to that in a moment.
So the older brother Jack that's the one who died in the Spectre series.
I think so.
Well, because his younger brother, the one with the glasses, Jim, he's the one who's in the series now, right?
But things are weird with the Spectre series.
Yeah.
The niece didn't exist anymore, but she does, but she doesn't. So, I don't know.
So I thought they said it. So I thought didn't they say something about the older brother being dead? Because we haven't seen him.
Yeah, I think he is dead. I think it was him from the Spectre series, but Yeah.
So I wonder if we acknowledge that death, but we don't acknowledge the niece's existence. There's a cosmic. There's a story with it. Come on, Jeremy Adams, be like, oh yeah, someone inverted space and time and made him forget that niece.
Exactly. A quick aside here. They really need to collect that Spectre series.
Yes.
That was some beautiful work by J.M. DeMatteis and his collaborators, Norm Brayfogle, Ryan Sook, just to name a few, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. They wouldn't collect that. Again, if it's just like, oh, there's stuff they don't bring up in that series, but I swear to God, on that app, they collect Action Comics Weekly, so you have no excuse.
Exactly. They do?
Let me double check, because I'm on here right now. At least, I thought I saw at least some of it.
Is the Spectre series on the app?
I can look, because sometimes they'll add stuff later on, but I know at the time it wasn't. That we were doing it wasn't on here.
Yeah.
Okay, Action Comics. That's so weird.
Yeah, Action Comics Weekly.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna scroll to around 600. Yeah, it looks like, well, some of it is. It goes 601, 602, then it jumps to 618 through. Is that the rest of Action Comics? 25. Then it goes 618 to 626, and then it jumps back to regular Superman book. So some of it's on here, not all of it. Not all of Action Comics Weekly. So
okay, but still, we need to.
Yeah,
that's those again. We talked about this when we talked about the Spectre series. That I feel like the strongest part of that series is probably the first year. Those first 12 issues. Mm-hmm. That's not to say that the second year and didn't it go up to 27. Is that right?
Something like that. I think it was.
Yeah. Not to say that the second year is bad, but in comparison to the first year, it's just not quite as quite as good. But there's some really beautiful stories in that first year.
Yeah, it doesn't appear like it's on there. Right? Still not on there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, DC!
Come on, DC! Come
on, you guys! Again, some of Action Comics Weekly on there. I know you have Guy Gardner Warrior on there. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, back to Secret Origin then.
Yes. But yeah, I thought that was cute. Where 2814 was over the door and stuff. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. So I mean, it's interesting here that we're showing Hal does what he wants to do regardless of the consequences.
No,
I'm just saying, and it's interesting. He's shown to be very selfish here, right? And I think I don't disagree with the characterization. It's really good characterization.
Mm-hmm.
He does what he wants regardless, and damn the consequences.
Well, yeah, he wants to fly even after his father dies. He's watching jets, and then he's camped out in front of the Air Force recruiter on the day of his 18th birthday.
Yeah, exactly. And I think his brother wanted to lash out and hurt him by saying that he's the one that killed his mother, but he put his desires over the needs of the family and everything, so that he may not necessarily bear any actual responsibility for it, but them. I think he mentions it in there that she did not understand him at all, and he did not understand her at all. They couldn't speak the same language almost, right?
Yeah.
And his younger brother I thought that was a nice touch that he would not quit, and that's pride, right? He wouldn't quit, so he got himself thrown out, which is it's a retelling of how we got to that panel from what was it, Green Lantern number 1 or 2, maybe number 3, where he punches Colonel Stone.
Oh yeah.
The first time, and then he punches him again as Green Lantern. He goes, I know the feel of those knuckles upon my face. You're Hal Jordan, sorry. But so he gets himself thrown out, and then he's working. Well, we'll get to those. I'm talking about stuff that's written later. So let's go ahead and get to the second issue if you're ready, sir.
Yeah, I was just looking through this. Oh, what about when he when they're testing the plane, and he's like, don't take it above Mach 1. He's already at like Mach 3.2. Yeah.
Now, that page where he's walking away from the crash.
Oh, yeah.
I think they were really trying to evoke that that scene from The Right Stuff.
Oh, maybe,
with Chuck Yeager, helmet under the arm, walking away from a crash out in the middle of the desert. It's just another freaking day at the office, right?
Mm-hmm. And then we do get that bar fight where, Jon Stewart's in there with the Marines. And
now, Jon Stewart's talking to somebody there about something, and we just get a snippet of the conversation.
Yeah, because the guy says to him, you're the best shot in the Corps. We'd hate to lose you. Yeah,
is he talking to John, or is John telling him that?
It's hard to tell. I think I thought it was the guy was talking to John, maybe. I mean, if you wanted to tie every previous iteration of Jon Stewart together, you could say he's leaving to become an architect or something.
Yeah.
Or to do something else that eventually leads to those being an architect.
Yeah, I think John's the one that's sitting facing us, and the guy's talking to John. So yeah, that squares with what we're going to get with John as a sniper coming up in War of the Green Lanterns, right?
Yeah.
Because of what he does in War of the Green Lanterns.
But yeah, I mean, again, because I wonder if that's also the bar fight. Not only is it impulsive Hal, but it's the first time we see Jon Stewart, he's the younger, angry young black man, And so I wonder if they're playing on that too.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I really like John just as an architect, but I know that incorporating him as a Marine into continuity because of the success of the JLI cartoon, right? Probably had to be done because there's a lot of people that only know John as, a Marine. So I understand it. It's just, I feel like that aspect has really overshadowed everything else that he was before being the Marine, right?
And I mean, remember how you were always saying, you'd rather have the Green Lanterns be first responders than this policing organization. And again, I think it's this story is good, but it's at this era, all of a sudden, all our Green Lanterns, a lot of them are coming from the military. Hal, John.
Yep, exactly. Guy wasn't, which is interesting because he's the most right wing of all of the Green Lanterns.
I
know. And then let's see, Jo. She's former police.
Mm-hmm.
Now Simon and Jess are not.
Neither is Kyle.
I'm trying to wait. Who am I forgetting?
That's all our humans.
Is that all the 7? There's 7 Earth Lanterns, right?
Yeah.
4 and 3. Okay, I think we got them all.
Unless you want to throw Teen Lantern in there, although I don't know if that's still a thing.
I don't. Who knows? There's so much that we've still not followed up on from.
Mm-hmm.
Volume 5, or was that Volume 6?
Modern Comics, I can't keep track of who's on.
I can't keep track. The Thorn Run. How about that? Everybody. Yeah. That's a really polarizing way to describe it, though. A lot of people just are like, nah. And I, again, you and I have talked about this a lot. The format of those stories for that volume did not do the telling of the story any favors.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like the split. Yeah.
Yeah, because we never felt like we got a full story in an issue. It was always splits.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. Let's get back to this good stuff.
Well, after the bar, fight, Jim comes and tells Hal their mom's dying, and he's like, "Let me go see her." And he's like, "No, you know how she is. She doesn't want to see you as long as you're in the Air Force." So, does Hal go through official channels to quit? No,
because that would be boring.
he takes the direct route.
That's right. But then I do like the fact that, it's an indeterminate number of years later, and Jim brings him the present he was going to give him on his 18th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really nice touch. The picture of, Hal and his dad.
Mm-hmm. Is that, I was going to say, is that it doesn't say when, but is that not too, I think that's not too long after the mother dies, because it's
yeah, it's after the funeral, I think.
Yeah.
Or
because Hal gets himself discharged from the Air Force, but by the time he gets to the mother, it's too late. She's already gone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, my career's gone, mom's gone. He's like, what do I have left?
Nothing.
Mm.
I do like he said he went to every aircraft company in Coast City except Ferris.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, the one he was working at as a mechanic, he gets bought. Well, we'll get there, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and then of course that last page is the Abin Sur page.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So should we? All right, next one.
Next one.
All right. Oh, there's the link. All right. Green Lantern number. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I went backwards. All right. 128. We already did 28. All right. Green Lantern number 30 from June 2008. Secret Origin Part 2. Looks like the same team here. Abin Sur, who is flying a transport due to a diminishing faith in his power ring. Oh, fear you, sir.
Yes. Well, I do want to talk about that. It's
Yes.
a really great scene.
Escorts, and keep your eye on this fellow, kids, Atrocitus to Earth in an attempt to avert the prophesized Blackest Night. Atrocitus breaks free and attacks Abin Sur, causing the ship to crash on Earth. Dying, Abin Sur sends a distress signal to Sinestro before sending his ring to find a replacement. Elsewhere, Hal Jordan is suspended from flying as his employer sells the company to Ferris Aircraft. Abin Sur's ring finds Jordan and carries him back to Abin Sur. Sur informs Jordan that he is his replacement as the new Green Lantern of Sector 2814. As Jordan is testing his abilities as Green Lantern, he stumbles across an airplane that loses control. Green Lantern saves the pilot, delivering him back to Ferris Aircraft.
Although he's not grounded because nobody's letting him fly.
He's been working as a mechanic where he meets Tom. Yes,
Tom. Yes, which I think is cool because it tells him that he learned everything how to fly a plane in the Air Force, but everything about how planes fly from Tom.
Yes,
which I thought was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
That page, the page with Atrocitus and Sinestro. You see the fear symbol in his eye.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really nice touch. Where is that? And then, of course, the 2-page spread where he gives him the ring. Your weakness in your own willpower and your power ring carries through to your constructs. And yeah, you see the Sinestro Corps symbol in his eye. I thought that was really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then this, of course, is when he makes the decision, the same decision that, Hal's dad makes, Martin Jordan, that he's going to crash the ship elsewhere, stay with it so that nobody else gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hal Jordan of Sector 2814, you have the ability to overcome great fear.
Oh, and of course, when Hal finds out that, yes, Ferris is buying out the company, yes, that's when he's reunited with Carol. Well, he meets Carol once again.
Yep. And I thought it was a really nice touch that he hasn't earned his badge yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the circle. Yeah, he's a circle, yeah.
And we get to introduce to Hector Hammond on the last page.
Oh, yeah. You trying to hit on my woman? Yeah, so they drew. They drew a few things from this for that movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of things we don't talk about,
exactly.
Hector Hammond, and yeah.
Okay, let's balance those, Phil. Action Comics Weekly.
Ooh.
The movie.
Ugh.
Ugh. I think I would rather talk about the movie.
I think so too. But it's like, do you want to take a bath in like sewage or toxic waste?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's so funny. After he saves the plane and everyone starts rushing up, and the ring automatically throws a mask on him, and Hal's like, "Stop doing that."
And it does. I do like how they make the ring talk here. Because he's, it's explaining things to him and, of course, us as the reader, which I think is a really clever use of it. But I like the rings with AI. I just do. It makes so much sense. And if you go back to the Grant Morrison, Hal's ring had a little bit of sass, actually, Yeah. Which I kind of miss.
Well, again, billion-year-old beings, and it's like, if you AI makes sense, and two, it's like, but easier than an instruction book or something, where the ring can actually
exactly
tell you itself,
Mm-hmm. How do you work? Well, and it exactly the way it worked for Mogo, right? For 37 hours, was that what it was?
Oh, Mongol, yeah.
Mongol, yeah.
Wasn't it like I thought it was like 90 some hours? He was like,
it was a long time.
But yeah, I mean, lots of great shots in here too. Him saving the plane and stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny when he flies for the first time. He's like, he's like, no rumbling with engine, no stick to pull on, no tower to get permission from. It was just me in the ring.
Yep. And I think this also really kind of, because it brought me back to kind of that moment in Rebirth where he's just come back and Sinestro smacked the crap out of him. He's bounced across the surface of the moon. He's got blood on his face that he's wiping off, and he's smiling.
No, yeah, it's day one all over again. Yeah, it's like it's like the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like, when the ring grabs him, he's sitting in the wreckage of that old plane. Instead of the simulator or whatever he was in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In Showcase, yeah. But yes, wow, Abin Sur's last words: "An Earthman. Never thought I'd live to see the day."
He kind of didn't, but
I know.
I guess he sort of did, ish. Whatever.
But then he goes, Sinestro.
Uh-huh.
His last word was Sinestro, then Hal. An alien word. I had no idea what it meant. I had no idea what any of this meant.
He's about to find out.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to forget that word, Sinestro. All right, so, we ready for the last one?
You bet.
All right, so Green Lantern number 31 from July 2008, Secret Origin Book 3. Now it says Book 3. I swear the first two are Part 1, Part 2. Now it's saying
Part 2.
Book 3. All right, looks like the same team again. After saving a pilot, Green Lantern returns to Abin Sur's corpse and gives him a proper burial. After finding his new power battery, Jordan is transported to Oa, where he is sent to Kilowog's training camp. Kilowog and Hal Jordan engage in a physical fight until they are interrupted by Tomar Ray. During a discussion, Jordan informs Tomar Ray that Abin Sur died when his ship crashed. After much training with Kilowog, Hal Jordan earns his badge as Green Lantern. Meanwhile, Ganthet sends Sinestro to Earth in order to investigate the circumstances of Abin Sur's demise.
I do. There's so much to like about this one.
And that's like, and that's like, and as Sinestro points out, this is the first time a Guardian takes a name, and it's Ganthet.
It's Ganthet, yeah,
that
which
rebel.
I think is really great to tie him back, which, shows how important he was from the beginning, and also, for Kyle's entire tenure, as Green Lantern, it shows that Ganthet is extraordinarily important to the survival of the Corps and the Guardians and everything.
Well, that makes it interesting too. Like Emerald Twilight, at like the end of Emerald Twilight, when like the Guardians are like, "Oh yeah, we're like dead," and like this whole thing's crashing down, so this thing has to get rebuilt, and probably in a new, different way. So they give it to Ganthet. Ganthet, like, you're going to be the sole survivor. You got to do, rebuild this thing.
Mm-hmm. And I do like, let's see, they keep, while Hal's training, he's like, it's just a color. Come on, this is stupid.
That's one of the notes here. The young Hal Jordan insists that he will someday beat the Yellow Impurity while he's still a rookie. Actually, years later, the Yellow Impurity will be revealed to be the entity named Parallax, imprisoned in the Central Power Battery. Hal Jordan will finally beat it during Green Lantern Rebirth.
Woohoo! Nice.
Oh, did you notice this too when they're at the Book of Oa? Abin Sur's obsession with the Blackest Night prophecy references an encounter he had back in Tales of the Green Lantern Corps #2. Inside the Book of Oa, illustrations of the Blackest Night prophecy are comic panels taken directly from the original story.
Nice. I hope the original artist got got paid for that.
I know.
But yeah, that was nice. And it shows, how... Okay, and this is important, I think. Right before they graduate, Kilowog saying, you still got cracks in your constructs, Jordan, but it ain't bad. So that's going to carry through, because part of being able to use the ring is not because Hal's angry, right? He's got a lot of anger that he has to deal with, and also to grow and become more selfless, right? And we're going to see that happen over the course of, the next, because he's still the same Hal Jordan that got kicked out of the Air Force on, the same one that ran off, the same one that, so he hasn't really changed yet, which is coming.
And I'm already, at the beginning, he takes off when Hammond's like, here, I'll help you examine that ring. He's like, no.
No, thanks. And then we get that last. I do like how they do the last. The last pages have been splashes of important characters, really important characters in the Green Lantern mythos, right? So the end of the first one is Abin Sur.
Yeah,
kind of a big deal, right? Second one is Hector Hammond, who we get some. I haven't read it yet, but I kind of know what happens. Hal actually recruits Hector when they're fighting Zod, I think, in Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay, yeah.
And some other villains, so it's kind of cool. And of course, on the last page here, we get the splash page with Sinestro.
Oh yeah,
and he's on his way to Earth.
It's almost like bookends because like when Hal gets his badge, we get that splash page, of him, kind of charging, and then like 2 pages later, you get that last page with the Sinestro splash page.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean this. And this is all building the groundwork for what happens in the next 4 issues, right?
Oh,
which involves Blackest Night, Sinestro, Hal actually affecting something that's the color yellow. And Sinestro's like, what the?
Well, he even asked in this issue, because, Kilowog hits him with something yellow, and he's like, why would these things be affected by a color?
Don't ask questions, rookie. I'm going to do it. He keeps trying. He's continually trying. So yeah, this is a lot of really, really great groundwork and, character work on Hal to show you that, he's selfish, he's impulsive, and he's carrying around a lot of anger from, the death of his father, his mother's death, the way his brother, treated him, and all of these things, and how he deals with that and becomes, the hero that we all know and love. Right, right, Phil. You love him.
What?
You love Hal Jordan, right?
Oh well, not as much as some people, but yes, I do.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
Right.
No,
but this is really, really good.
Oh yeah. But it's all. I'm just looking at these Sinestro pages, like these last 2 pages, and is this where Sinestro kind of starts? We'll like start the point that the Guardians and blame them for stuff, because it's like when Ganthet calls him, he's like, "Hey, I need you, go and find Abin Sur's replacement. You guys investigate the circumstances of his death." And and Sinestro's like, we're not, how's he put it? Green Lantern's partnering up. This goes against your territorial edict, and it's like, I'm asking you to break that edict. So,
yeah,
when it's important enough, we can break the rules. So is this and that? When Sinestro goes for his first court martial, isn't it just like, I was following orders, I was doing what you
Well, I think it's for someone like Sinestro, who the rules are everything, right?
Is
He's all about order.
Is this where he's starting to see the cracks in the system?
I think it is, because he gets asked by a Guardian to do something that's against the rules, and because
and don't tell the others.
Agrees, because he agrees with it, he goes along with it, right?
Yeah.
But when you get right down to it, Sinestro's always been, I think, the rules should apply to other people, not to me.
Yeah, but again, or I was going to say, is it just that it's like, oh, well, if the rules don't apply to you, the rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, is this his first sign of like, oh, maybe the Guardians aren't as much order as I thought. Maybe there's a little chaos in there. Maybe the system needs
and then I think
a
it's
firm hand at the wheel,
because rules can be broken, and it's all things will be okay when Hal is there and brings him in because of what he's been doing in his sector, right?
Mm-hmm.
he sees that as kind of the ultimate betrayal of not just Hal, but also of the Guardians. Hey, you told me to do this. I was doing what you said to do, which is bring order. This is the way to bring order. And they're like, whoa, 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 dude. We didn't tell you to do that. So,
what are you doing breaking the rules? I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yeah, I learned it watching you. It's a great one. But I would think that the fact that, one, Ganthet, this is where he names himself, chronologically. But the fact that he reaches out, I think it does plant the seeds of what Sinestro will try to do. Mm-hmm. Because he's like, well, okay, something's not right. And then Sinestro's not dumb. Uh-uh. He's extraordinarily intelligent. He's, and then I think, he realizes there's, a flaw. And then he looks for the other flaws or what he perceives to be flaws.
I mean, he's a strategist. He's just ruthless about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the flaw that he sees is that the Green Lantern, people don't fear the Green Lantern Corps. So he does something about that. I don't know. We may have talked about it for over a couple of weeks. I don't know.
There's no punishment for breaking the rules, Will. So now, now in the present, now that there's a kill, now that those rings can kill, now there's a punishment if you break the rules.
Mm-hmm. So Order 1 was you could kill Sinestro Corps.
Order 2 is you can kill anyone, right?
Kill anyone, yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we only got 2 so far.
Yep, I think so. I don't think we ever get to 10.
I can't remember. What's Order 3 going to be? Oh, you can kill zombies.
Yeah. Go forth. Wait, they're already dead. It's all right. Trust us.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, we get our, in this, so far we've seen Abin Sur for the first time, Kilowog. In the background in this issue, I mean, we see a bunch of Green Lanterns. Chip, mm-hmm. Salak, Tomar Ray.
Yeah.
And a bunch more. Oh, Kihon. For some reason, I thought Kihon was like one of the newer recruits, like from the 90s, but I guess not.
I'm not sure about that because I thought he was a newer recruit too.
Or unless was he out and they like recruit, after 224, did he maybe lose his ring and then they recruited him back in? Maybe I can't remember.
Maybe, yeah, I don't remember either.
Let me see, Kihon. I'm reading his thing here. Yeah, it's not telling me like when he. Yeah, I don't know, because it's saying his first appearance was Green Lantern 49 from February 1994. So his first appearance was Emerald Twilight. So are we rewriting history here? Or? Well, his first appearance. Well, the first time we see him is Green Lantern 49, but his was it that he was all? Yeah, but they were rebuilding that core. That's what I'm saying.
I wonder if maybe Kilowog went out and recruited him to help train. I mean, I don't know. That's
like I said, unless he was just like he used to be in the Corps, and then they brought him back in.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know.
Unless
because we didn't see him in the build up, from issue 12.
Oh no, issue
9.
None of them. It says his first appearance was 49 in the middle of Emerald Twilight. So
yeah, so there was Boudica. There was the tactician, the general, who dies during the rescue of them. The Lost Lanterns. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do some more research on Kihon.
Just looking at this list here, no one else is jumping out as oh no, I thought they were newer, but okay. Yeah, Kihon. I was like, am I thinking of someone else? I'm like, I thought he was newer, but yeah, first appearance, Green Lantern 49. So.
Volume 3, number 49.
Yep, yeah. Unless we're retconning stuff, yeah.
Which, I guess I don't know. He's a familiar face, so having him back there maybe is something that, Johns was going for. Who knows at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could have, I don't know, they could have went with some, I guess, more familiar faces. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's lots of Green Lanterns to choose from in the history of the book. So
yeah, because I was looking at his entry, and I guess like especially here, like starting here in Secret Origin, it's like, oh yeah, he was like Kilowog's like second in command and stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're definitely, I don't know. Like, again, I don't know if it's retconning or what, but yeah, I guess he's supposed to be Kilowog's second in command.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting.
All right, Will, any other thoughts on part 1 of Secret Origin?
I think it's really good, and I think
yeah.
it's only going to get better with the final 4 issues. I think and again, I don't remember a lot about reading it the first time. I haven't read it in a while, so I'm
me neither.
Again excited to read it again and remember a lot of this stuff. So, but from what I do remember, lots of cool stuff happens in the next 4 issues.
Oh, yeah. I mean, lots of cool stuff's going to happen all the way up to, as we make our run towards January.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
Boy, I wonder what we're going to do next week. That's right, kids. Oh, I should make Will wait an extra week. But no, Secret Origin Part 2 next week. Yeah, Green Lantern 32 through 35. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back to Green Lantern Corps 29 through 32, Sins of the Star Sapphire. And then the week after that already, we'll cover Green Lantern 36 through 38 and Final Crisis, Rage of the Red Lanterns #1 as we cover Rage of the Red Lantern. So, and then Green Lantern Corps 33 through 38, Emerald Eclipse, and then Green Lantern 39 through 42, Agent Orange. And then the last episode of the year, of course, is episode 150. So we'll take a little break and give you a breather before we start January. Yes, Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1 and 2. So,
yep, there will not be a Volume 3 apparently. So
yeah, a lot of them didn't get a Volume 3. I'm trying to remember who got the Volume 3. I think, of course, you know who got the Volume 3.
Batman, my favorite character.
I'm trying to remember. Superman might have got a Volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone else did. It might have just been Batman and Superman. Because I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman didn't. Green Lantern didn't. No. I don't think we even had a Flash. I didn't even read it, but I think there was a Titans. I don't know if that ever got past the first one, but yeah. Like I said, I think it's like just Batman and maybe Superman may got the third one. They kind of just let that whole thing go. I don't know if they reprinted those in like softer covers, but I do know the ones I have are hardcover. Green Lantern Earth 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. I think they are. Let's see. There was a Volume 2 for Teen Titans, it looks like.
Okay.
I'm looking at readingorder.net. It looks like Superman, Earth 1, Batman. Okay, Volume 1. Volume 2 for Superman. Volume 3 for Superman. Batman got a Volume 2. Volume 3. Wonder Woman got Volume 1 and 2. It looks like Wonder Woman... Oh, no, it was... Yeah, it was published in 2021. She got a Volume 3 as well.
Oh, okay. I might have that.
Titans got a 1 and 2, and then Green Lantern got a 1 and 2. And it looks like Volume 1 was published in 2018, and Volume 2 was published in 2020.
Yeah, then they kind of, like I said, they kind of just let that thing go.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And the first one, it came out, started in 2010. Did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah, because there was like a long time in between volumes of each book. So I was trying to remember. It was at least a year or so. At least a year between. It's
2 years for Superman 1 and 2, and Superman 3 was 3 years after Volume 2. Batman was 2012. The second one was also 2012, because, of course, Batman. Yeah. And then Earth Volume 3 was 2021. Wonder Woman was 2016, and then 2021. Titans was 2014 and 2016, and then 2018 and 2020 for GL.
So yeah, I mean they were a bigger price tag, but yeah, they weren't hitting you up like every month or every other month for those.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, are we done, Will?
Yes, I think so. Green Lanterns numbers 29, 30, and 31. First 3 parts of Secret Origin.
That's right. So yes, kids.
Thumbs way up.
So, you want the rest? Come back next week, kids. All right. So email us your thoughts, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon, where, once again, you never know what you're going to get. Drunken Little Hellfire, Sober Little Hellfire, Tripping Balls Little Hellfire. So So subscribe now and discover which Wolf Hellfire will get. So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of Kickstarter and podcasting. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter, or I used to call it X, and Blue Sky and Facebook and all those things. You can find me lots of places, usually Walred. So if you'd like to read some of the comics that I write, you can do that at Crossover Division, crossoverdivision.com. We should be sending, at least the plan is to send the files to the printer for the hardcover this week. So that'll be cool. And then after that gets fulfilled, we'll be doing a launch for number 5, probably early next year, probably in January.
Nice.
And then if you'd like to read Diary of Night, you can do that at diaryofnight.com. And finally, you all must have excellent taste. You know, you're sitting here listen to us chat about Green Lantern, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we love Marvel's Quasar. In that case, you can find out all kinds of stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
5 inches, maybe.
I blew that.
Whoa.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
I can't believe it was published in a Marvel comic.
Gotta get an interview with DeFalco. Just be like, can we talk to your greatest work of all time?
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Best line ever.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
I was going to say, if anything's apropos this week.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Absolutely.
All right, kids. Come back next week for Secret Origin Part 2 from Green Lantern 32 through 35. And also, make sure you catch me and Will on Capes and Lunatics episode 317 when we talk to former Green Lantern writer and current Quantum Leap writer Ben Robb. Oh, remind me, I got to get a drop. You know, the whole, this is Ben Robb, and you're listening to... Okay.
Yeah. I'll try to remind you.
So, yes, kids, maybe we'll learn some more secrets about Kal Rayner. My favorite. I, of course, love Kal Rayner.
He's cool.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, watch where you stick that plane and your daddy issues. Good night.